What's going on, guys? Samuel Reviews here, and the final two parts of the Crisis on Infinite Earths have just ended. And I'm honestly kind of emotional right now. I'm not gonna lie. I did two videos on the other parts of the Arrowverse crossover, and I pretty much love all those parts. Honestly, I loved all the stuff it took, how it's not really playing around. I love the great interactions with all these characters, and it hits along with emotions. Like, everything about this was pretty much everything I wanted from this crossover. And it's crazy that we had to wait a month for the next crossover. And now the two parts are finally here, and I got to see it, and oh my god, like, I knew I was trying to love it, but man. Also, by the way, I'm going to get into spoilers here, so I don't think I can talk about this while I'm talking, so you've been warned. What I'm saying is, I loved both parts, and this is just an amazing crossover, but it's my favorite crossover though. We'll find out when I do my ranking, which will be up in the next couple of days, but I'm going to top 12, but man, there was so much to love about these next two parts. Where it's like, they really get going right away, and you get a lot of great interactions with a lot of these characters, and they break a lot down, and almost kind of like a new role on this expected thing, which has been like something about in the comic, which was definitely interesting, and you still great moments, especially moments between him and Barry, especially it was like, do you trust me? Are you a queen? Yes. Then I trust you every cell of my body. Like, man. And then he's in work with the Speed Force, and you get this also amazing moment in which Ezra Miller's version of the Flash from the DCU ends up appearing. Yeah, the Ezra Miller version appears of the Flash. And it's a full Flash movie come out. Like, who knows when it's coming out, honestly, to be honest, because that movie's been helpful the last few years or whatever. Man, why do these live action movies always have to be in development hell? But that's for another story, but that honestly was an amazing moment, and it also learned some more interesting stuff involving the Monitor and Anti-Monitor, and like who they are as people, and I wasn't know as much as I wanted to, and know enough to find out who they are as people and why all this happens to place. And the Anti-Monitor is definitely a friendly presence. He's definitely a great threat, honestly. He definitely proved that in both of these parts. And of course, Lex Luthor, he's as maniacal and last as ever. Like John Cryer really is nailing it as Lex Luthor. I never thought I would see him play this character very well, but this is, in terms of live action portrayals, this is probably easily my favorite portrayal of the character. Honestly, I'm going that far, honestly. I wish I'm not wishing a great movie version of this character, but man, he was hilarious here. Especially with his interactions with Supergirl. And then you also get some great action, and especially when all the fun Anti-Monitor and all these beings, and then you see this amazing battle with the Spectre and Anti-Monitor. And this is truly where Oliver sacrifices himself to save the universe. And then everybody technically go back to the Earth, but technically this is Earth's kind of one giant Earth where every city is kind of connected or whatever. Which I thought was actually pretty interesting, actually. After you see Sue goes like, where am I? Like, what going on? Then see her, and then you're like, what's going on? Then you see like Superman's present or whatever. That's definitely very interesting. and then you see find the Weather Witch, and then you see Barry there as well. And like, wait, I thought this was Europe. And then the interesting thing that apparently according to everybody, some point when this guy who one of these apparently was actually the writer of the actual comic book, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Which I didn't even realize, honestly, until I looked it up until I saw it on Twitter. So that's definitely very interesting. Yeah, the fifth part of me is probably my favorite part, honestly, because it hits probably the most emotion out there, especially some from the actors. Like, in terms of acting, everybody here probably gives the best performances they've given in pretty much the entire shows they were in, especially John Diggle, the actor that plays them, like, saying, I could have been there, like, I couldn't have done, like his reaction was like pretty sad, and in fact he's actually crying tears. Like, that's impressive. Even now that's like Dang and Reed, they were emotional. Like, a lot of the characters were pretty emotional, but of course you get a lot of the great interactions from these characters. And also I definitely liked in Far 5 how meta they are all with, like, this is a crossover, like it's a typical crossover move or whatever. Like, this is happening more often. Like, I don't know why, but I love how meta they were. And seeing as the Full House Legends Tomorrow, of course you get a lot of the great human that you know for Legends Tomorrows and all that, especially seeing Bebo for some reason. Like, when I was like, what? It's like, that's so Legends of Tomorrow, and I mean in a good way. Like, Legends of Tomorrow is always so wild and crazy, and it knows it and it embraces it. And I don't know, seeing Bieber was just so awesome. And in terms of the action, action here is definitely some of the best action in the entire Arrowverse, honestly. And definitely has some of the most biggest stakes in the entire Arrowverse, and in some ways you kind of know they're probably going to survive on it, but you don't know how they're going to. We're going to also get Black 90 back here, and like, there is so much genres I really love about these two parts in terms of humor, in terms of action, in terms of stakes. Like, they really nail it, especially in terms of, like, man. But I think the best thing I love about this whole entire crossover is how it amazingly honors the character of Oliver Queen. Again, it can similar to how Tony Stark was in the MCU. Oliver Queen has pretty much started this whole Arrowverse, so better, better voice depending if you still watch those or not. Because he's the one that has watched the show the last few years, honestly, I've grown a huge attachment to this character. I've grown a lot of appreciation for this guy. He's also one of my new favorite TV characters of all time, honestly, one of my new favorite characters, period. I've grown so much appreciation for the character of Oliver Queen. And this episode definitely honors everything that this character has went through since the very first season. Especially seeing that he just sacrificed himself to so that everybody could live better lives, and in the moment where basically the Flash there and basically say what they need to say about all of it, it's pretty emotional, and I think I almost teared up, honestly. But pretty much the ending in general is amazing. And you also get the table where it's kind of like a Justice League type of thing, which was like, oh, they're going there, like, it's about freaking time. They went there like, oh my god. It's pretty cool. They also had all these little cameos where they kind of showed like a new multiverse. We got to see a little bit of Stargirl, which is a new DC Universe show, and Titans, and Doom Patrol, and Superman Twinsiverse. Like, you even get to see a little bit of Green Lantern. Yeah, Green Lantern! Besides not just because the fan service that makes this crossover great, and a lot of fan service moments are amazing, it's really the emotion that really, this is probably easily the most emotional and the most impactful crossover yet. Like, you can tell from the game that they weren't really playing around, a lot of stuff's happening, they don't really play around, honestly. I think how much of Lost crossover honestly will depend on how the other show's going to react to it down the road, how all the other episodes are going to be down the road, honestly. Of course, despite all not being on the show anymore, I'm still probably going to watch all the other shows, honestly. I pretty much have been since I started watching for 2017, and I'm still forever rewatching these shows. Like, it's going to be interesting what else they do with these shows down the road, especially since we have a Superman and Lois show coming very soon as well, which I'm very excited for, actually. And I also must definitely watching that Star Trek show is going to be soon as well. And whatever shows they have down the road, I think I'll come more. And I know that next episode of Arrow, like, the fact that the Arrow show still has 2 episodes left. Next one I believe is going to set up another show called The Green Arrow, the Canaries, that's going to involve all of his daughter Mia, Laurel, Black Canary, and Diana. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to end up going on. So I'm actually very curious how that's going to work, honestly. All in all, I'm honestly very satisfied with how this crossover ended and how they were able to manage to hit so much emotions in one type of sitting and all that. And the action was great, the emotion was there, the human interactions were as great as ever. They honored all the way in such an impactful way. And honestly, I'm really very curious to see what else they're going to do next after this, and I am so excited. Like, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite. I'm not gonna say if it's my favorite crossover. Again, you might have to, because that's mainly because I'm gonna wait till because I am planning on doing a ranking of all 8 of the Arrowverse big crossover events. So you'll definitely find out that will be number 1. But all in all, Crisis on Infinite Earths was every bit amazing as I was hoping it would be in terms of emotion, in terms of building great character moments and great moments in general. This is just a fifth crossover. Again, I'm very curious to see what the Arrowverse does next. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed discussing part 4 and 5 of Crisis on Infinite Earths. I would love some comments down below. What are your thoughts on this whole crossover? What are your thoughts? Like, what is crossover like? Everyone's amazing as you were hoping it would be. I would love to know in the comment section down below. And in the next couple days, I will also be doing a crossover. Ranking of all the crossovers of the Arrowverse show. So be on the lookout for that. I will have more videos coming very soon. Be on the lookout for those. As always, thank you so much for watching. I truly honestly appreciate it. If you haven't, be sure to like this video, be sure to share and subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites, all in the description down below. I am Sailor World from Sailor World Reviews. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time. As always, stay cooler, everybody. Peace.